Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Dip 2.0 here. It has been a while since my last video. Some of you probably haven't even noticed, which is just fine considering that my entire channel is up to 122 views, which is kind of pathetic for only having 4 videos up. I know it's been a while since my last video. Just checked, it's been about a month or so. I've just been really busy with everything. That and also I got a can of Copenhagen mint, and well, I had to build up a tolerance, otherwise I would have a pretty bad buzz while talking to you guys. So what we're going to do today pretty much is going to be a dip review, and then just a little bit of maybe a story or something. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time to pack, dip, and spit. If you guys saw my dip how-to video, follow along. If not, pause, go watch it, then start this video up again. Now, as I'm putting this in, there's one thing that you guys will notice if you bought this already. The mint smell, excuse me, the mint smell is very strong. I just bought this can today. I've already gone through 2 cans of it, so I know that I'm not going to have buzz while going on. But it finally came out. We had heard that it was gonna come out in March of 2016, like you guys didn't already know that. So a lot of us heard that it was going to come out in March 1st. Well, when that rolled around, it still wasn't in the stores or anything. I went and checked. So I heard a second date was set for March 14th. Checked in on that day, still nothing. So I waited, and I was actually at home, and as you guys probably know, my mom would kill me if I made a dip video or even if I was dipping in the house. So I had to wait, and one of my friends sent me a message saying, hey, we got it back. So, or no, we don't have it back, we got it. And so I waited until after spring break. First thing I did on my trip back was I stopped by a gas station and picked up a can. And well, that first dip was pretty amazing. As you guys know, I've been dipping for, I think now just a little over a year. No, not over a little over. This has been like a year and like 6 months. But I put a dip in. I should have listened to my friend. He told me to put in a smaller dip, and I didn't listen. So I put in a pretty good sized dip like what I have now. I ended up getting the biggest buzz I've ever felt. Like, this buzz is probably equivalent to my first time ever dipping, like ever. And it felt really good. So I left it in for a little bit, and then eventually it got pretty bad how buzzed I was. I had to take it out and like walk around because my hands were shaking. Well, now that we've got the juices flowing a little, I'll give you a dip review on it. Overall, it's exactly how I thought it was going to be. The original smell, if you took any cans of mint, anything like Grizzly Mint or I think it's Longhorn or Stoker's, I mean, they have a pretty good mint smell to them. But just does not compare to the Copenhagen mint smell. I opened that can up, the first one, and my room just smelled like mint. I was so happy with that, which I should have taken as a sign saying don't put a big one in because you're going to die, but I didn't. The flavor of it all is actually just like any mint there is. I don't know if you guys have felt this when you put in a mint flavored dip. It kind of has like a, to me it kind of feels like it's a cooling sensation. But it's an amazing dip. The first dip that I got, it was a little weird. It was the first can. It was like chunky almost, like didn't really look like dip. Man, I gotta sneeze. Oh man. Alright. But it was weird. Like I would pack it and I would try to pinch it and it just came up in like clumps. Like it wasn't, it was kind of like the cowboy coffee chew look to it. It was really weird. But after that, like each can that I've got has been exactly what it should be. It's been just straight long cut. Everything about it has been good. One thing that I did notice, which is really sad considering I'm only 20 and not 21, is it has you get a free gift at copemint.com if you're 21. And me being 20, I'm not going to get that because the offer expires 4/17/2016. Now, I will not be 21 till July, so I'm going to have to wait till, I don't know, till then to hopefully a new flavor comes out and I get a free gift out of that one. But back to the dip review, it's really good. It's got a good flavor to it. The doesn't really take long for the juices to start flowing. The taste of it is amazing. I mean, I can't really compare this to any mint flavor I've ever had. The closest thing I could probably get it to would be, I want to say grizzly mint, just with the flavor. Like for the first time I've ever trying grizzly mint, and the smell of it, you guys are going to make fun of this, but it kind of smells like a stronger version of Skull Mint Extra. Now, Skull Mint Extra is not my favorite, but I mean, if it's all I can get, I will get it. But it's an amazing dip. Waited, let's say, about a year for it because there were some stories about Copenhagen coming out with mint probably when I was I'm going to say about 2 months into me dipping. I'd always try to get my hands on it. Apparently it was only, I don't even know where it was at. I think it was in California and Florida, which is really weird for me to think about considering weird states for that. But who knows, there might be rednecks all over. I mean, hey, we got rednecks here. And I'm not saying you're a redneck because you dip. I'm saying you're a redneck because you're a redneck. But like I said, waited a long time for this. It came out, and I got a major buzz from that first can. It took me, I think it took me like 3 days to go through that can because I just could not stand that buzz it was giving me. It was, I mean, it was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love that feeling. But it's like after going a whole year of not having that and then starting back up again with it, kind of it's kind of an amazing feeling and scary at the same time. And like I've said before to my friends, as I would give anything to get that buzz back, and that buzz was amazing. But this will be my third can. I think, like I said in the start of the video, I finally built up a tolerance to it. And I mean, overall, it's an amazing dip. There's nothing more I can really say about it, mainly because I just love it. Like, I have no clue what else to say. So I guess we'll just get into a little story. I was at home for spring break, which was really sad because all of my friends went down to like Florida and Texas and just all over the place. And here I am going back home. And for some of you that are going to be watching this video, I think I've talked about my family in a prior video. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, so going home was a little stressful. But I spent most of my time out in my shed, found some old fireworks, and made some homemade explosives, which were really stupid because out of 2 of the 3 that I made, I nearly singed off my beard and my eyebrows because I was standing way too close. It was just a pretty stupid thing to do, especially with what is it, the fire hazards here in Kansas. I set those things off, and they sent up I'm going to say about a 10-foot flame because I packed it into a PVC pipe. And yeah, that was just stupid on my part. I should have not have done that ever. But yeah. So mainly this story is just going to involve me messing around with fire. So as a disclaimer, don't do it. It's stupid because you'll burn yourself. But I was messing around with my little brother outside. We had this fire going, and we were just throwing random things into it. And he's 6, so he asked me, what happens when you toss a rock in? So I showed him. I just tossed a rock in there and let it sit for a little bit and pulled it out with, I forget what I pulled it out with, but I set it down. And I told him not to touch it because I knew it was going to be hot. But I let it sit for maybe 5 or so minutes, thinking it would cool off. I went to touch it, and I put my fingers on top of it, and I ended up burning my fingers. If you guys can see, you can still see the burn, like where I burned my fingers, which it was really stupid of me to do that. I'm 20 years old, and I've played with fire like half my life, and you would think that I would be smart enough not to touch something that's been in a fire. But I wasn't. I was stupid. I stuck my hand on that and burned my fingers, and I got pissed. Oh man, I was mad at myself because I burned my fingers. I think I lost feeling in them too, because I can't feel anything with my fingertips now. And then, on top of all of that, over spring break, my Jeep died. Not really died, it just won't run anymore. I'm trying to figure all that out. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah. It's just a basic update of what I've been up to besides school. Another interesting thing is I will be enlisting into the Army National Guard coming up in a few days. I'm going up to METS, and then from then on I'm probably shipping off to basic around June, so you guys will not see any videos coming from me for at least 3 months, because I will be at basic. One of the things I have noticed about this dip, though, is I think there's a little bit of a fine cut in it, because every time I like pull, like pack it down again, I always pull up like these small clumps that aren't long cut. It looks like fine cut to me, and I don't know why. I actually have this can somewhere. Here it is. Of Copenhagen snuff. This stuff I cannot figure out how to dip right. Every time I do it, it ends up just like falling apart. So I'm gonna make a video coming up here probably in a week or so of how to dip snuff. But I first have to learn how to do that, so I'll be watching a lot of videos on how to do it, and then I'll give you guys a dip how-to again on that. And if you guys haven't seen, check out my last video, which is Duck Dynasty Chews. It's my honest opinion on it. And if you guys haven't noticed, I did trim up my beard. My beard was about down to here or so. It's pretty fluffy. But I did shave it, and I cut my hair because I was getting tired of my long hair. So just giving you guys a basic update of everything that's been going on and what to expect. If you guys like my video, please like it. If you don't, I don't care if you dislike it or whatnot. And like I've said in all my other videos, if there's a dip you want me to try or do a review on or anything, just put it down in the comments, especially if you have questions for me. Preferably dip related, but if not, just go ahead and ask me any type of question. I'll do my best to answer them. If I get at least, I want to say at least 4 questions, I will do a Q&A for my next video along with the dip review, and we'll just go on from there. Alright guys, I will see you in a few days time. Until then, keep packing, dipping, and spitting.